Hello and welcome back to another episode of Dozzy's Television Workshop. This could be a quick win, but I'll tell you something, it's certainly a somebody sent me something video. I think I know what this is, and I think I know who sent it to me, but literally I have not opened the box. Every did a lovely job of delivery, I must say. So let's just open the box and see what we got. Is that it? Nearly. Beautifully taped up. Oh, do we go across the bottom as well? That could all just fold out then, couldn't it? Right. What have we got? Oh, hey, look at that. So, you may remember during the C64 video, I did say, if anybody had a decent joystick, I'd be really happy to have a donation of one. I wasn't entirely serious. But Kev emailed me and he said, I've got a box of joysticks here. What do you fancy? He said, they've all got issues, which is fair enough. This one clearly has issues. So, yeah, it is a Competition Pro joystick with micro switches. Oh, yeah. He did say the lead is no good. So I don't know whether this is the bad lead or not. We shall pin that out in a second. 4 screws in the bottom. He did stick some new feet on it. He said he was going to. What a top man. Thanks, Kev. Yeah, let's just fetch the bottom of this off. My favourite screwdriver. People have stopped mocking. Right. Ooh, oh, wow. Ooh. What's gone on there? Somebody's had a little go at gluing that back together, I think. We've got a bit of hot melt going on there. But no, that looks okay. Oh, the micro switch assembly comes out, look. These were well built. I had one of these in the 80's. Proper micro switches, look. Huge, great big rubber sort of suspension in there, look. To ease the joystick's movement. And, yeah, these were quite good, I seem to remember. This is going to make the thing on a spring a breeze. So, there we go. Let's put that back in there. I think that switch will be all right. I wonder if you could actually take them out and swap them over. Being a right-handed persuasion, it wouldn't really matter, would it? I might do that because it does feel a little bit more, I don't know, it's not bad. Anyway, let's cut to the important bit of the matter, which is this lead. Ooh, I've got all looked up. There we are. Which is this lead. Is this lead any good, or is this the one that came out that's duff? Right. Only one way to find out, I suppose. That's to pin it out, isn't it? To which I shall need a multimeter. We shall set that to BP continuity mode. Quick sanity check. Oh, thing of beauty. Now, I have no idea what the pinout is for an Atari joystick, but I'm sure the internet will be our saviour there. So we'll just do continuity to all of the pins. Oh, is that the one that's intermittent? Have I hit on that straight away? Could be. The black one is intermittent. I'll tell you what, let's just get a bit of a socket if I've got one here. And plug that in so we get some decent connectivity. Or maybe, actually, yeah, that's probably a good idea. A DuPont lead will do us, won't it? Excellent. And if I get a crop clip for the end of the meter probe, let's just make our lives easier, shall we? Check the dew point because they're always as flaky as you like anyway. That's good. Right, so that should have continuity to there. Yeah, that's the problem. This lead is in fact defective. Now, what's the chance, what's the betting it's gone in the strain relief here somewhere? I think the best thing we can do there is cut that off and fit a new plug. I think that'll make a neat job of it. Let's do that. Well, I didn't do that because it was cheaper for me to buy a joystick extension lead with a great load of lead on it than it was to buy a plug and the back shell and everything else, and a damn sight easier. It's of good length, so yeah, what I'm going to do is just lop that end off and fit that end. So yeah, I actually quite like this, and I might have a little project in mind that might make my life a little bit easier. So I'm going to leave myself a bit of lead there. Where are my other strippers? They are here. So let's just have a little look at that. Oh God, it's all falling apart. There we go. So I think I might just recycle this sort of common lead here that commons up all the grounds on all the switches, and also the little one that does that. I might just snick them all off actually and go with that. Then I've got enough to go with it. So I'm going to want about that much stripped out of there. I don't suppose the colours will be the same. Although, who knows? No, they're not. How many leads have I got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I bet I've got 9 in here, haven't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Okay. So have I got enough common colours that I just don't use the others? Do I wing it or do I beep it out? Well, it won't do me any harm, will it, just to bleep it out. Right, so I've got my one side on the orange there. I can't remember which ones are open, but we'll just probe about. Let me just confirm we've got continuity here. We have. Right, and that one has got to be our fire button, hasn't it? Orange. So if that's the same on this lead, we might be good to go. Let me just strip some of that off. Oh, they have. Good Lord. Okay, so let's clip our lead on there. And orange should be that pin there. It isn't. Yeah. Okay, all the colours are different, so it doesn't really make any difference anyway. It's only orange and black that were ever going to be commoned up that are only of interest to me, because the other is up, down, left and right. Of course, I don't know what's where. So, yeah. Right, what I am going to do is I'm just going to lop these off here. Lop them all off. because I don't think I've got any spades of this size. Oh, I've gone and locked that one off and I shouldn't have done. Never mind, we'll be alright. I'll lock that one off there. Lock that one off there. And I can just solder to these crimps with little or no damage. So that's good stuff. I do have to work out what wiring is going where. That is a now scrap. Put that in my scrap box. We still need to common everything back up again. So we can do that with ease. Right, let's get everything commoned back up. So that's all good there. So I might as well just run around these, just make sure all our crimps are good. Yep, and there's all our switches all right. Yeah, that's good. Easy fix, this is going to be in it. Right, let's go and consult the web and see what it says about pinouts. Right, first pin I want to connect up is that common ground, and that is on pin 8. It starts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is our common ground. So I'll just strip these back a little bit. Let's find out what ground is. It's not yellow. It's not white. Great. It's green, I think. Nope. 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 Oh, come here. Yes. Right, so the common is our blue lead. So let's just cut that to an appropriate length and solder it up, I think. So I'm going to come in like that under there, I think. Let's just work those through there. That's going to be the easiest thing to do. Should have done that before I stripped it all. Let's go this way. So our blue is the common ground in this instance. Your mileage may vary, even if you get one from the same eBay seller. I don't think I'd be particularly trusting them of them getting it right. Always better to pin out and make sure. So I'll drop a solder. One thing I am going to need to do is create a bit of strain relief on there. So I think before I go mad, let's shrink ourselves a bit of heat shrink on there. Because once I've soldered it, I've had it, haven't I? So it's suitably chunky. Is that going to do the job? Not quite. That looks ideal though. Back to where we were. Okay, let's tin up that blue. Get that soldered on. Let's go to the nearest round contact. Get a good solder joint on that. Oh, we can, lovely. Right, so that is common. Right, let's move on to fire, which I happen to know, I think it's pin 6. It is, look at that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that bottom one there. 6, that's fire. What are we wearing? Red for fire? Who knows, anything's possible. No, we just swap probes here, this is silliness. There we are. Right, it's not red. Is it white? No. Green is fire. So you need a little length of that. That'll do us. Right, it's got a couple of crimps on there. I was thinking about bridging the two across, but it's a bit unpleasant, isn't it? Oh, that was very, very loose. Let's just tighten that up a bit. Right, up, which is pin 1. Pin 1. How long will it take me to find pin 1? Ah, I wonder if these are colour coded in numbers. So like brown is actually pin 1. No! Right. So red is up. Now, up on the joystick obviously is that way. We need to remember that it works the opposite microswitch. So up is currently down, so to speak. I'm going to put that round there like that. So this one has to connect to the bottom microswitch. So we shall do that. Right, down is up, down is pin 2. Pin 2, which is of course black. They threw any old colours in here, didn't they? Right, so that's down. Now, where are we going next? We are going left on pin 3. Which is grey. So left is that way, which is that microswitch there. So this one quite long. Which leaves only one more, which is right. Which I believe is pin 4. Yeah. It's going to be orange. Fabulous. We need to cut the other 2 off, 3 off, sorry, because they've got input A, which is for paddles, input B, which is for paddles, and what was the other one? Input A, and 5 volts, which is also used in the paddles, or on the quick shot 2 auto fire function, or any other joystick's auto fire function for that, unless you had an Amstrad CPC, because Amstrad CPC didn't bring the 5 volt line out to the joystick port, thus disabling your auto fire shenanigans. Very sad. I wonder if anybody ever did like a sort of battery compartment for your Amstrad CPC that you could put in line with it. I bet you they did. Somebody's bound to have thought about it. Right. Get that last one in position. I must say these wires on this more modern cable are way thinner than the ones on the original. Right. I'm just going to go and get my hot air gun and shrink that down onto that lead. I think a bit of a zip tie mod. Just get it all in there. Bear with me one moment. Really? Oh, there we go. Should give it some support. Right, fold that into position. I think a little zip tie in there would be a bonus. I think we're going to need just a spot of super glue to hold the sleeving steady on the other end of here. So yeah, let's do that. Little squib of activator because I don't want to wait a few minutes. Wait for that to evaporate, and that should hold that then super tight in there. Yep, that's already gone. Excellent. Right, let's button it back together. And see what ludicrous mistakes we've made. Yeah, really pleased with that. So what do we reckon then to test it out? Commodore 64, VIC 20 or Atari VCS? It's lucky, you know. Stupid game. There you go. Simple joystick repair. Click like, subscribe, do all that rubbish, and I'll see you really soon here on Doz's Television Workshop. Cheers now. Bye. I never pressed record on the sound like a pillock.